Patriots have the opening possession of the second quarter. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, ready to take you through the second 8 minutes of this contest in the JV game, our second of 3 games tonight between the Mustangs and the Patriots. And, of course, we'll have our senior night ceremony. We have 6 seniors to honor in between the JV and the varsity games. But first, foul is called against number 2, Jermaine Hardy Jr.
In the varsity team, Wekiva's varsity team comes in on a 2-game winning streak, so they'll be looking to up that number to 3. And meanwhile, in our game, Freedom ended that first quarter scoring 5 consecutive points, and so they take a 16-11 lead here in the second quarter. And that's Nolan trying to drop the 12-footer. He won't, but the Freedom team comes up big on the board. So now 7 consecutive points scored by Freedom. That ups the score to 18-11. And they're going to get another opportunity to add to that run with the turnover. Seven minutes remaining before halftime. Wekiva is going to catch a proverbial break, as they will get the turnover and come down the other way. That's Hardy at the top of the key. As we drop under 7 minutes before halftime, Wekiva looking to cut into that 18-11 lead. The spin move by Felix. And he will draw the foul on the second effort. Actually, that's Felix drawing the foul, getting his own offensive rebound.
Felix gets the basket and a chance to make it a 3-point play. Foul was called against Patriots number 20, Utal. That's his first, the team's first.
So Wekiva with an answer. Unfortunately, that unable to get the old-fashioned tray, the basket, and then the free throw. That keeps the score at 18-13. Wekiva looking to break a 3-game losing streak. This is junior varsity action from Mustang Gymnasium. Wekiva in the white uniforms, Freedom in the dark uniforms. And Wekiva's going to come the other way, but not for long. So both teams now have gone through that feeling out process. And the 15-foot from Joseph off the heel. He'll take another shot. And Wekiva coming up with the rebound. This is Lewis.
Foul called against number 4, Nolan, his first, the team's second. That'll send the Mustangs to the free throw line. Pete Lewis shooting 2.
So Lewis will go to the line, as Mark just announced. A pair of free throws looking to cut into that 18-13 lead. First free throw, no good. Second free throw, this one, nice stroke. And that will leave the lead at 18-14. Freedom in the lead. They've led for most of the game, and now with possession, the bounce pass across the lane. And the scoop shot for the deuce.
Soto for 2.
As Soto with the basket makes it 19-14. Wekiva unable to convert at the other end. And scramble winds up with De Lunis coming down with the rebound. He hands off to Nolan, who'll try that left block. And off the bank, no good, but doing the work is Soto.
Soto picks up the putback.
Offensive rebound in the deuce for Soto, 22-14. Hardy across the lane bounce pass. Just as quickly, Davis gives that ball up to Felix, who draws the foul with 5 minutes remaining before halftime.
Foul is called against Patriots number 5, Joseph. That's his first personal foul, the team's third. At the line, shooting for the Mustangs, number 23, Jalen Felix.
So Felix with a pair of points tonight, looking to increase that lead. More importantly, cut into a 22-14 lead being held by Freedom. Freedom has led pretty much from start to finish tonight. And that's Theodore, number 25, checking in for Freedom, who, by the way, are the Patriots. And pair of free throws are good. Cuts the lead to 22-16. Wekiva going to a full court defense. Freedom, a little bit of trouble corralling that ball, but they do get it over. And now Wekiva does come up with, no, they do not come up with the turnover. Ball came loose.
Yeah, good work there by Pete Lewis, getting the deflection, just not able to pull it in and keep ball control.
In the meantime, that's Nolan driving the baseline, and he will draw the foul.
Foul is called against Mustangs number 24. That's his first personal foul, the team's fifth at the line. Shooting 2 for the Patriots, number 4, Nolan.
And so we have 4:42 remaining before halftime. 22-16 is the Freedom lead. Also want to point out, too, thank you for joining us. And you might notice something a little bit different. That's the fact that we do have a couple of different angles. Keith Dickerson, director of the broadcast production department here at Wekiva, along with his students, have been working diligently to be able to bring you some more expansive coverage, and we are happy to bring it to you.
Jermaine Hardy Jr. to Jalen Felix to pick up the Mustangs basket.
And so with 4.5 remaining, another turnover.
Under the bucket, had an opportunity, gets his own putback, and it won't fall, but a foul is drawn.
That's Lewis drawing the foul, doing some tough, gritty work under the hoop.
Uital is called on the foul. That's his second personal, the team's fourth. At the line, shooting 2 for the Mustangs, number 11, Pete Lewis.
And so Lewis will go to the line. Wekiva trailing 23-18. Wekiva in the white jerseys. So a 7-0 run at the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second has propelled Freedom into the lead. They have led since then. Wekiva with an opportunity here in the last minute or so to cut into that lead, which they have, but they have left a couple points on the table, so to speak. So now that's Baker checking in, number 4. And Wekiva goes back to that full court trap. Freedom a couple passes, gets the ball over midcourt. The stop, pop, and drop for Joseph.
Joseph on the jumper.
Joseph upping the lead 25-19. Turnover for Wekiva. Theodore unable to drop the deuce. And Wekiva dodges the proverbial bullet. 4 minutes before halftime at Mustang Gymnasium. And Freedom will inbound the ball. Ball comes loose. Some great defense by Lewis getting in front of that pass. Great anticipation.
Foul is called against number 24. Excuse me, number 25, Theodore. That's his first personal foul, the team's fifth.
And just another note, Mark, of course, now both teams have 5. So we're not quite in the bonus. It's 7 fouls in high school basketball, but we are close. Certainly stat to keep an eye on as we got a 2-man game between Lewis and Hardy. Ball dropped low into the corner. And Baker unable to keep possession, but Lewis battles him out. Back to Baker in the corner and drains the rain.
Kevin Baker, 4-3.
Some good give and go for Wekiva, resulting in that open shot for Baker.
Foul called against Mustangs, number 4. Kevin Baker, that's his second personal foul, the team's sixth.
And unfortunately, Baker commits the foul, and now Freedom will be in the bonus the rest of the way. In the meantime, though, they come down the other way. Great clogging in the middle. That was Joyner getting his body in the way and tipping the ball loose, and now the same thing at the other end. So as you like to say, Mark, one good turnover deserves another as we approach 3 minutes before halftime and a 25-22 lead for Freedom in possession. So Freedom goes to work. Got the 2-man game going along that right sideline. A skip and a hop, and that's Theodore taking the shot and drawing the foul.
Foul called against Mustangs, number 21, Adonis Davis. That's his first personal foul, the team's 7th. At the line, shooting for the Patriots, number 25, Theodore.
So Wekiva looking to break a 3-game losing streak. Of course, this is JV action. Stick around. After this, we will have the senior night ceremony, 6 of them to be honored tonight. And then, of course, we will begin the varsity action. Varsity team looking to up their winning streak to 3 games. In the meantime, 1 of 2 for Theodore, and that ups the lead to 26-22.
Held ball. Possession Mustangs.
And as Mark just alluded to, Wekiva will take over possession. They will inbound from underneath their own basket, the basket they are defending. This is Hardy with the dribble. 26-22 is the lead. Freedom has led almost from start to finish. And the deuce in the withdrawal for Freedom.
Theodore picks up 2 for the Patriots.
So Hardy Jr. with the dribble. He'll drop it down to the right corner. The rain does not drop for Baker. And Freedom coming up with the Windex action underneath the board. 2 minutes remaining before halftime. Freedom with a 28-22 lead, looking to increase. Kicks off the heel. That's Freedom taking the shot. And some slow action, which is going to result in a foul. Actually, excuse me, it's actually no foul. Just ball went out of bounds. Wekiva will retain possession. 28-22, 2 minutes exactly before halftime. Wekiva, the home team, in the white jerseys. This is Hardy Jr. Drops it over to the left. Down low to Felix, who gives it off, and no basket, but a foul and a trip to the line.
Foul called against Rosario, his first, the team's 7th. At the line, shooting for the Mustangs, number 24.
1:43 remaining before halftime. Freedom has led from about 1 minute in, but now the opportunity for Wekiva to cut that lead. They are down 28-22. So a couple of dribbles for a Wekiva player. And count the second free throw. That cuts the lead to 28-23. The lead has remained between 5 and 8 points since Freedom upped it to 5. Again, they took the lead about a minute into this ball game. That's Theodore with the ball, and he will avoid the going out of bounds the first time, but not the second time. So Wekiva, as we drop under a minute and a half, takes possession of the ball. Hardy Jr. at the top, drops it off to Baker. Back to Hardy, short on the tray. And so Freedom dodges the proverbial bullet. They will maintain that 28-23 lead. And we're going to have a turnover on the foul.
Against number 32, Rosario. His second, the team's 8th.
And so following the foul by Rosario, Wekiva will take possession of the ball.
And no bonus shots on offensive fouls, but it turns the ball over to the Mustangs.
Hardy Jr. takes the ball at the top. He's going to drive, kick out to Baker. And Baker drains the rain.
Kevin Baker for 3.
And that cuts the lead to 28-26.
He's up to 10 points tonight with that tray.
And the two-man game between Hardy and Baker is paying dividends. Freedom saves the ball. And Wekiva over-aggressive. That leaves an open lane for Theodore.
Theodore picks up 2 for the Patriots.
And so Theodore re-ups the lead, 30-26. Wekiva with possession as we drop under 30 seconds before halftime. Simon will attempt the tray, kicks off the heel. Tallest man on the court, Rosario, pulls down the rebound. Quick handoff to Theodore, who will do the withdrawal and draw the foul.
Theodore with the basket and a chance to make it a three-point play. The foul is called against Mustangs, number 24, Demir Simon. That's his second personal foul, the team's 8th.
So Wekiva gained some ground, cutting that lead to one possession, and then falls asleep on defense. And Theodore takes advantage, not 2 points, but 3 points, dropping that free throw. 33-23, 10 seconds remaining before halftime. And I'm sure Freedom's coaching staff is not happy with that. That was really an unforced foul.
Theodore called on the foul. It's his second, the team's 9th. The Mustangs are now into bonus at the line, shooting 1-1. Number 2, Jermaine Hardy Jr.
So Hardy goes to the line. He is still looking for his first points. And again, on that foul committed by Theodore, that's definitely why you play junior varsity. You see stuff like that, bad decisions. A lot of these players make very good decisions, but they are also rookies, so to speak, not a lot of experience. And that certainly was a foul created by a lack of experience. So now, number 35, B.J. Apton, steps in to the game for defensive purposes. Hardy unable to get the second free throw. 33-27, 5 seconds, Freedom with possession. The drive on the baseline, the scoop and score it, and that will bring us to the end of the second quarter.
Theodore for 2, and that makes it an 8-point ball game. 35-27 is your score at intermission here in the JV contest. Our second of 3 games. Coming up next, we'll have our senior night festivities, and then we'll move on to the varsity headline contest. The Patriots have the opening possession of the second half. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief. Patriots strike first with a jumper to extend their lead to 10.
At 37-27. Wekiva in the white uniforms, and they will draw the foul.
Theodore is called on his third personal foul, the team's first.
So Wekiva looking to break a 3-game losing streak. Of course, this is junior varsity action. After this game, we will have the senior night ceremony and then varsity action after that. As that's Lewis slides through the paint.
Pete Lewis on the Mustang layup.
So Lewis with the floater cuts the lead to 37-29. Freedom with possession. This is a drive by Simon. Tries to dish it off to Soto, who then gives it up, and Hardy Jr. will bring the ball back for Wekiva. And Hardy Jr. is going to go to the lane and drop the floater.
Jermaine Hardy Jr. from the paint, and we'll pause for a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Wekiva.
And so Wekiva scores a couple of buckets, cuts the lead to 37-31, 7:10 remaining before halftime.
Yep, and then you can kill, just hit, do it, collect, there you go. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher for our second of 3 games. 37-31, Patriots leading by 6.
And Freedom with possession of the ball as well. From the corner, clanks off the rim. That's Baker doing work under the board. He comes back the other way, decides to take it himself. Scoop, drop, and pop the deuce.
Kevin Baker for 2.
And that will cut the lead to 37-33. Freedom with possession. Nolan tries the teeth of that Wekiva defense, and he's going to pay for it. The steal and score the deuce. 37-35. 6.5 before end of the third quarter. Nolan again with the ball, tries to kick it back out to the high side. Wekiva will now allow the ball to score, allow Freedom to get a scoring opportunity, but the ball does remain with Freedom.
Foul is called against number 11, Pete Lewis, his first personal foul, the team's first this half. Simon back into the game for Wekiva.
And so Freedom will go back to work, holding a 37-35 lead. They took the lead about a minute into the ball game. The lead has been as many as 8. And this is Theodore at the top of the key. He's going to come down to the right, kick off to Nolan, clanks off the rim, and that's Davis pulling the ball down. He's going to lead the fast break. Can't get the deuce to drop. A little too much oomph, and so we will come back the other way. And the lead remains 37-35, Freedom. It's Joseph clanking it off the front of the rim. Baker, he'll come down and take his shot. He's going to slide along that right block. No good, too much oomph off the bank. And the same result. 3 consecutive possessions for both teams, no score. 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Soto with the spinning shot along the baseline draws the foul.
Mustang foul called against number 23. His first personal foul, the team's second for Jalen Felix. At the line shooting is Soto.
And Soto still looking with 6 points. A quick pace here at the start of the second half, Mark. A lot of transition, a lot of fast breaks. Soto unable to get that second free throw. So he has 7 now, but the lead is now 38-35. This is Hardy reaving through that Freedom defense. Clank off the wheel. Davis with the rebound. Back to Baker in the corner and drains the rain.
Kevin Baker for 3.
And we are tied at 38 all, 3 minutes into the third quarter. And Wekiva with an opportunity to take the lead. They have not done that since the first minute of the ball game. They will not. Errant pass, and Freedom picks up the loose ball, and they will come and go to work. 38-38, Freedom in the dark uniforms. Joseph with the dribble. He'll drop the ball off to Theodore. Theodore on the left side. Hand got in there from one of the Wekiva defenders. No, never mind to Theodore, who picks up that second offensive rebound, spins, and drops the deuce. So 40-38, and Freedom again with another turnover, but they are unable to take advantage. 4:06 remaining in the third quarter, 40-38, Freedom with the lead. Except for about 30 seconds, Freedom has led since the first minute of this ball game. They actually just took the lead after Wekiva tied the score at 38-all. And now the two-man game between Hardy and Simon. Simon kicks the ball down low. Baker stops, can't get the pop or the drop. And the Windex work being done by Theodore. Come back the other side with Freedom. And they will go to the line, 3:39 remaining in the third quarter.
Foul is called against Mustangs, number 23, Jalen Felix. That's his second personal foul, the team's third. At the line, shooting for the Patriots, Theodore.
Theodore will be looking to up Freedom's lead from 2. Has 12 points in the ball game. Neil Fisher, Mark Archie bringing you live junior varsity action at Mustang Gymnasium. And the second free throw from Theodore, no good, out of bounds. Over possession. So also acknowledge the broadcast production department under the direction of Keith Dickerson. They are handling all the video and graphic aspects of this broadcast, as Hardy is having trouble, harassed by Theodore. And that harassment will pay dividends as Wekiva turns the ball over. Delanius will inbound the ball, guarded by Simon. Inbounds, and the stop. Nice floating deuce for Freedom. And so as we approach 3 minutes before the end of the third quarter, another foul.
Foul called against Patriots, number 4, his second, the team's second.
Wekiva looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. They are in the white. Hardy with the dribble. He sets the offense as we approach 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lewis with the ball back to Hardy on the right. He's going to stop. Can't convert the 12-foot J. Scrambled to the right. Picked up by Freedom. The quick, long outlet pass. And Theodore is going to get the easy deuce. Call the bank.
Theodore for 2.
So Wekiva fails to get back on defense. And Freedom makes them pay. 44-38 is the score now. A 6-0 run for Freedom as we get a stoppage. And another turnover on the Wekiva side. Freedom with an opportunity to further increase that 6-point lead. And they're going to go to work. Nolan with the ball on the left, back to Theodore at the top. Bounce pass in. Bounce pass back out to Nolan. He's going to try to drop it low. Tried to drop it into Deluniez, but too high for the big man. And so Wekiva dodges the proverbial bullet, and they'll have an opportunity to make amends for turning the ball over on the last possession. So good work down in the corner there by Hardy, keeping his poise. This is Simon. Short. The rebound by Hardy, who slides and slips his body and scores the deuce.
Hardy Jr. with a second chance basket.
So the second chance basket cuts the lead 44-40 as we approach 2 minutes in the third quarter. And the drive, contact.
Joseph draws the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot two. The foul's called against Mustangs number 11, Pete Lewis. His second personal foul, the team's fourth.
And Joseph goes to the line with 11 points. 44-40, score being held by Freedom. And at 45-40, they have led for all but about a minute and a half of this game. However, the lead has never been more than 8 points. Wekiva able to keep that lead close enough to still provide a challenge and mount a rally. So Lewis will inbound the ball. And he finds Joyner on the right side, hands it off to Hardy, who comes up above half court, and will set the offense as we drop under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Ball will remain with Wekiva. Wekiva in the white uniforms. Freedom in the dark uniforms.
Checking into the game for the Mustangs. Davis, number 21.
And after this game, stick around. You will have to change your channel, but you can watch the senior night ceremony live. Wekiva will be honoring 6 seniors. And then, of course, we'll have varsity action. The varsity team looking to up their 2-game winning streak. 8-11 on the season. And this is Hardy sliding, and this time not enough short, out of bounds, Freedom ball. And also want to mention, of course, a big inter-city game on the girls' side tonight. Apopka and Wekiva playing at Apopka, both teams 16-3. In the meantime, we will take a timeout.
Full timeout called by the Mustangs. Honda Sports on YouTube. Make sure your friends and family know they can do that.
46-40 is the score. Freedom in the lead. They've led for all but about a minute and a half. Wekiva, the home team, in the white jerseys. They will have possession. They will be defending, 136 remaining in the third quarter. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi, and we got a tie-up on that inbound immediately. And a turnover.
Possession. Mustangs.
So the held ball is now in the favor of Wekiva in the white. And ball will remain with Wekiva. Freedom touched it last. Wekiva looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Hardy, the point guard and the grandson of Coach Hardy, will take the inbound. 2-man game between him and Lewis. And now Hardy's going to slash in that lane and drop the deuce.
Jermaine Hardy Jr. for 2.
That cuts the lead, 46-42. The over-the-top pass, no good for Freedom. Great job by the Wekiva defense, in particular moving with that ball, and so they will come back with the opportunity to cut further into that 4-point deficit. This is Hardy, thinks about the shot, now drives the lane, scores the deuce off the bank in the foul.
Jermaine Hardy Jr. and 1. Foul called against number 20. Leads off. That's his third personal foul, and the team's third.
46-44 is the score. Freedom in the lead. Hardy at the line with a chance to cut that lead down to 1, and he does. Nice stroke, easy going, and Freedom immediately calls a timeout. Again, 46-45, 58 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Full timeout called by the Patriots. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi bringing junior varsity action. Wekiva trailing 46-45. Freedom with possession of the ball. 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Freedom has led for all but about a minute and a half of this game, but their biggest lead has been 8. So Freedom going to work, looking to increase that lead. And stop, pop, and drop for Joseph.
Joseph for 2.
So Freedom, a nice possession. And they re-up the lead to 48-45, and now a foul.
Theodore is called on his 4th personal foul. It's the team's 4th this half. Mustangs will have the ball at their own baseline.
Wekiva also looking to break a 3-game losing streak. This is Hardy. He'll bring the ball up with 24 seconds remaining. Drops it off to Lewis on the left. Back to Hardy. We are coming to you live from Mustang Gymnasium under the triad of stampeding horses on that far wall. In the meantime, Hardy tries to drive that lane. No luck this time as a plethora of hands got in there and knocked the ball loose. 8.8 seconds remaining. And Freedom's going to take a second timeout with less than a minute remaining.
30-second timeout called by the Patriots. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi and Neil Fisher here with you for the last 8.8 seconds of the third quarter. Ball in the backcourt. Patriots trying to see if they can add a little cushion going into the back 8 minutes, and nearly turns it over. Good work there by Hardy on the deflection.
1.4 seconds remaining now for Freedom to work with. And the inbound to Theodore, gets rid of the ball, but a foul. No foul. The ref said that's it, end of the quarter, despite the contact.
That takes us to the end of the third period, and it's a 3-point ball game. 48-45 is the score with 8 minutes left to play. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. The Patriots have the opening possession of the fourth quarter, and they lead by 3 in the JV contest, our second of 3 games. Stolen layup by Adonis Davis.
And Davis getting some quick deuce. Cuts the lead to 48-47 as we begin the fourth quarter. And Wekiva will have an opportunity to take the lead again. (48-47), Freedom with the lead. They've led for all but about a minute and a half. However, the biggest that Freedom has had a lead has been 8 points. And this is Hardy, left wing extended, will not drop, rolls in and out. And Freedom, after a couple of tips, will bring the ball down to their end and go to work. Same result for the Freedom team. as ball comes loose, and Wekiva looking to regain it, and they do. That was Felix. He just ripped the ball out of the Freedom defender's hand, so that's my ball. So this has been a typical junior varsity game. A lot of mistakes, but some really good play, too, mixed in. And there's some of the bad plays. You saw an air ball. Probably not a good idea to shoot that. Ball comes off the front end, and Freedom doing the Windex under the boards. And they will come back and set up again, holding a 48-47 lead, 6.5 remaining in this junior varsity contest. And the slide, the drop, and the deuce in the foul.
Foul called against Mustangs, number 24, Simon. That's his third personal foul, the team's fifth. The basket by Utah is good. He's at the line shooting for the three-point play.
So Utah upping the lead to 50-47. He will not get it up to 4 points. Free throw short, and Wekiva will come back on the other end doing the work. And Hardy making the withdrawal from the bank.
Jermaine Hardy Jr. back to within one.
So again, Freedom has led throughout, but they've never led by more than 8 points, and you're seeing that continue here in the early part of the fourth quarter. And now Wekiva with an opportunity to take the lead. Freedom has turned the ball over 3 times already in this fourth quarter. We're only 2:20 in. And they will not be able to take the lead. Again, Freedom collapsing on the defense. 2 opportunities for Freedom. Great Windex work, but they're unable to convert.
Held ball, possession, Mustangs.
So neither team has done much on offensive rebounding. Both actually have 2 in the second half. Number 3 takes possession of the ball. His left wing extended. It's Felix down into the corner. No stop, pop, and drop this time. And ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Butterfingers on the rebound.
So Freedom will go to work, maintaining that slimmest of leads, 1 point, 50-49, and they will go back on defense just as quickly.
Offensive foul is called against Utah. That's his 4th personal foul, the team's 5th. It turns the ball over to the Mustangs.
And as Mark's just mentioned, Utah now with 4 fouls, so need to keep an eye on that. Of course, he has played a significant amount of time tonight. In the meantime, Wekiva, well, they got rid of the ball. They gave up the ball for about 2 seconds, but they regain it. And Hardy will go back to work, and he's going to work that right side, trying to do the dip. Blocked, rejected. And the second opportunity clanks off the front of that rim, short. And now Wekiva with the full court defense, giving Freedom trouble as we hear the cheerleaders put in their 2 cents. But to no avail, a nice sliding deuce.
Joseph to Utah for 2.
And that re-ups the lead to 3, 52-49 as we approach 4 minutes remaining. Hardy, right wing extended down to the corner. Baker can't get the tray, clanks off the front of that rim, and once again, we come down the other way on a double team. And over-aggressiveness by Wekiva in a foul.
Foul called against Mustangs, number 23, Jalen Felix. That's his 3rd personal foul, the team's 6th.
So 3:59 remaining. Lead for Freedom remains at 52-49. They've led for all but about a minute and a half. The biggest lead, though, has been 8, so Wekiva certainly has provided a challenge throughout. And now we got action, the dribble by Joseph at the top of the key, double team, and able to keep it in. Freedom No one keeps up with the ball, but Freedom cannot keep possession the second time the hands get loose. And Wekiva turns the ball over just as quickly and score the deuce.
Utah on the fast break.
So Utah, like a defensive back, anticipating that pass, picks up the turnover and ups Freedom's lead to 54-49. And this is the largest it's been in about 5 minutes. They have been alternating between 1 and 3 points. And we're going to get a foul with 3:09 remaining.
Foul is called against number 5, Joseph. That's his second personal foul, the team's 6th. Pete Lewis will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Mustangs.
And so Lewis with 4 points will be shooting. He will be trying to cut into a 54-49 deficit. We'll have to also send acknowledgement to the broadcast production department here at Wekiva under the direction of Keith Dickerson. Of course, they handle all the video and graphic aspects of this broadcast. As Lewis drops both free throws and cuts the lead to 54-41. Davis, quick hands, quick pass.
That was stripped on the way up by Delanuez.
And we come down the other way. Freedom with the opportunity to increase the lead. Nope, no withdrawal from the bank. Not a second time, nor a third time.
Baker finally comes up with the rebound. And a little Abbott and Costello routine going on in the backcourt.
And finally, Wekiva will gain possession in the front court, trailing 54-41, 2.5 remaining.
Nice bounce pass, and it's there! Jermaine Hardy Jr. to Jalen Felix.
54-43, 2.5 remaining. Wekiva in the full court defense. And this time, Wekiva is going to get some benefits of that full court defense. And we're going to also have a timeout for Freedom. And a quick reminder, after this, we'll have senior night ceremonies.
30 seconds timeout called by the Patriots. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Parchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, ready to take you through the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And if this game is any indication of the varsity game, we're in for a real treat. It's been a close one all the way through. The Mustangs have been clawing their way to try to get a lead, probably since midway through the third quarter. They just haven't quite been able to get 2 possessions in a row to drop for them without Freedom getting one in between. And there's another example of that as the rebound goes to Nolan.
Freedom had a possession of as much as 8. And over the last 5 minutes, it's been between 1 and 3 points, as Mark just mentioned. And so we got the tray. Score it.
3-point basket for Delanuez.
And so Freedom doing just enough to keep that lead between 1 and 2 possessions. And there's another example as we approach 1.5 remaining. This is junior varsity action. After this, we will have senior night ceremony. 6 seniors will be honored for Wekiva, and then the varsity team as the stop, pop, and drop along the baseline for Hardy. And that cuts the lead to 57-55. Wekiva remaining in full court defense. They need to come up with a couple of stops, and there's one of the 2 as Baker picks up the loose ball, and he's going to go coast to coast and draw the bank. And guess what? We had 2 stops, and we're tied at 57-all. Score remains 57-all. Field goal does not drop, short. And this is Hardy bringing the ball up. 45 seconds remaining. Wekiva's trailed for all but about 2 minutes of this game.
I tell you, all those senior parents are sitting there thinking, oh dear God, please not a tie. Anything but a tie.
So Wekiva certainly has the opportunity to say something about that. They have possession of the ball right now, 30 seconds remaining. Are they going to set up for that last shot?
Well, they're going to get a foul, and it will be 1-1.
So pressure mounts.
Foul called against number 5, Joseph, his third personal. The team's 7th, and it puts the Mustangs in the bonus. At the line, shooting 1-1 for Wekiva. Number 11, Pete Lewis.
So Pete Lewis at the line with 6 points, obviously. These are the most important points if he scores them of the ball game. 57 all, 23 seconds remaining. Drops the first. Nice soft stroke. Well, he looked as cool as a proverbial cucumber on that free throw. So now looking to make that a 2-point lead, needs to repeat. And he does. So Lewis coming up big, 59-57. Wekiva has only led for about 2 minutes in this ball game. We're down to 15 seconds. Dribble at the top with Nolan. He's going to go right. Try the 6-foot floater. No. And the rebound's pulled down by Wekiva. 6 seconds. And there is the foul. That was Felix coming up with the biggest rebound of the game on the left side. Just ripped that ball away from a couple of Freedom defenders.
Joseph's 4th personal foul, the team's 8th. Mustangs continue into bonus. Jermaine Hardy Jr. will be at the line shooting 1-1.
So Hardy with 14 points. It's the second leading scorer on Wekiva. And obviously these 2 points are the biggest of the game for him. Looking to secure this victory. And that will make the lead 60-50 seconds. 4 seconds remaining. So if Hardy gets this will make it a 2-possession lead. If not, they still are in a very good situation of 3 points. And as cool as the other side of the pillow, to quote one Stuart Scott, 4 free throws, 2 from Lewis and 2 from Hardy. And the 6-0 run has put Wekiva ahead, 61-57, 4 seconds remaining.
Full timeout is requested by and granted to the Patriots. And we'll pause with them with the Mustangs leading 61-57. The Patriots will have the ball under their own baseline when we come back from this timeout. We have senior night coming up right after the conclusion of this game. We are planning on starting that as close to 7 o'clock as we can. That will be live streamed on YouTube and the NFHS network, just like the games, but we have 4 different live streams tonight. We have the freshman game, the JV game, the senior night ceremony, and the varsity game. Each of those are their own separate event, but they're all on the same channel. Wekiva Sports on YouTube or on the NFHS network. You can have your family watch from your computer, smart TV, or mobile device.
Wekiva 61. Freedom 57, an 8-0 run by Wekiva. They are in the white jersey. They will be defending. 4 seconds remaining. Freedom's got to get a shot off quickly, and they do not, and that will bring the game to an end. Again, your final score, 61-57, an 8-0 run propelling Wekiva to the victory, which also snaps a 2-game losing streak.
That takes us to the end of the ball game, and it is a 4-point victory for the Mustangs. They end the game on an 8-0 streak, 61-57, the final score in the JV contest. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out tonight to support your Mustang and Patriot athletes. Don't go anywhere. Senior night is coming up next here at Mustang Arena, followed by the varsity game at 7:30.